Hey everyone, Vitaly here, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a beginner's crash course on the subject of domain flipping. And domain flipping is basically the process of you taking websites, whether they be just a domain name themselves and or websites with a domain name and a website attached to them which have visitors coming to it and are making money, that you try to sell on the market for a higher price than what you bought it for. Think of it as real estate, where instead of real estate, it's basically digital real estate, where you have online businesses that you're trying to sell. And the potential of making good money with this is actually quite high if you do things correctly. For example, here's a website called empireflippers.com where people actually buy and sell websites for huge sums of money. So for example, here's an Amazon FBA website that's selling for over $400,000. Here's another one for almost $400,000. And these people have created websites that basically have a good domain name to them, have traffic coming into them, and have money being earned every single month, giving it a lot of value that they're selling for about 2 to 3 years worth of the revenue that the site earns. And so I'm going to be getting into the subject of this topic within this video, but before I do that, let me just say that if you are new to my channel, my name is Vitaly, and what I do is I cover the subject of online business, making money online, affiliate marketing. It's what I personally do for a living, and I have a great deal of experience in that. For example, here's some of my income reports from affiliate marketing. Here's another income report from another website that I'll actually be showcasing, which is this one. I'll be giving you examples of how domain flipping works, how it can actually earn you a pretty decent income. Here's one where somebody sold it for $40,000. Here's one that sold it for $17,000. Certainly not as much as these options right here, but I'll be talking to you about what actually gives domain flipping more value, where you can get more out of it if you decide to get involved with it. And so before I do get into that, besides what I just said, I do also want to mention that if you are brand new to the subject of making money online, affiliate marketing, domain flipping, things of that nature, and you're looking for a beginner's guide to this kind of stuff, check out the resource below this video. I created a free course that you can check out. It's very beginner friendly, that explains the process of making money online, and it also covers the subject of digital real estate and domain flipping as well. It's free to check out, very beginner friendly, so check that out after this video if you're interested. But getting back to the main subject of domain flipping, there's a couple of different circumstances where you can see this happening. One of the most common is basically people buying up .com names or fancy sounding domain names and then basically selling it for a higher price. And this is something that happens pretty commonly. It's basically a situation where, let's say somebody buys a domain name that sounds really, really nice and has potential branding to it, and then somebody who was thinking about buying that domain name sees that it's been purchased, so they can't get it, so they go to the person that bought it and they say, hey, I'll pay you X amount of money for that. So let's say the original person bought it for $10, and then the person that they're selling it to is willing to pay them $100. So in that particular case, if they decide to go with it, they'll make a $90 profit. And so that's something that can work out. That can also be a situation where they have multiple domain names, which they're kind of auctioning off to the highest bidder. These things happen. So that's one circumstance where this occurs, where domain flipping can potentially be profitable. I would say in the long run, it is a little bit annoying because you have to micromanage a lot of different domain names. So I'm not the biggest fan of that personally. What I do like more is the second option when it comes to domain flipping, which is where you actually buy a website, a domain name, with the intent to grow it into an online business besides just its brand, besides just its domain name potential earnings. So in other words, you're thinking about the value of the website that you're building besides just the name of the website, which is the domain name. So for example, let's say that you decide to build a fresh website from scratch on a topic that you really love, and that website gets 100,000 visitors a month and earns about $10,000 every single month as well. You like that passive income coming in, it's doing well for you, but you know what? You decide that you don't want to own or run this website anymore, this online business, and you want to sell it. What is the value of the website? Well, typically the value of the website, including the domain name, would be its 2 to 3 year profit earnings. Just whatever it earns every single month, multiply that by 2 to 3 years. So let's say you have a website that earns $10,000 a month, multiply that by 3 years, and you have your options with that. So I think, what is it, 12,000, was it 10,000 every single month? That's 120,000 a year. Times 3 would be 360,000 that you would put it on the market for, and that would be an example of domain flipping. So you basically purchased and built up the website for, let's say, $10,000, and now you're flipping it for $360,000. That's an example of that. Let me give you more real life circumstances that can actually kind of back that up. So Here's one of my websites that I run. It's called The Nature Seeker. Now, I have no intent at the time of this video to sell this website, but at one point in this website's earnings, it was earning about $6,000 a month. And it's actually, I have that over here. If I go to the payments option, let's see, view payment history. Just go into that. You'll notice that it dropped a lot, and I'll explain what happened here. But there were periods here where it was 4,000, 4,000, 6,000, 6,000. So there was a period where it was earning $6,000 a month. And it was getting a lot of traffic from Google, 100,000 plus visitors every single month, earning 6,000. So if I were to put that website up for sale at that time when it was doing this well, again, use the same formula, monthly earnings times 3 years. So what is it? Let's actually do that for right now and see what the website would have been worth. So 6,000 times 36 months, which is 3 years, over $200,000 is what I would have put the website on sale for. Now, the website did lose a lot of its earnings because there was an update in Google, and so the traffic fell, and now it's making about $500 every single month. I am rebuilding that, but if I were to sell the website right now, we would have to take the existing, not the previous earnings of it, and see what the value of it is. So let's say $500 times 36 months, it would sell for about $18,000, which is a huge decline from where it was before. So in my personal case, it doesn't make any sense to sell it right now. I'd rather rebuild it to be more profitable before I sell it down the line. And these other websites, or people that have sold their websites, basically showcase the same example. And so the profitability of how much you can flip a website for really depends on a couple of factors. First of all, you have the domain name itself, which is the name of the website. If it sounds really good, if it sounds like it can be brandable by someone who's interested in taking it and turning it into a business, you have more potential to sell it for more. So the actual name of the website can itself have inherent value to it. The second one is traffic. How much visitors is this website getting? Technically speaking, the more visitors it gets, the more profitable it can be, but sometimes not all traffic can be the same. Sometimes you can just get a whole bunch of junk traffic and it doesn't have any value to it whatsoever, which kind of inflates the cost. And there are some people that unethically do this kind of stuff where they say, you know, their website gets, you know, a lot of so-and-so millions of hits, but the truth is it's a lot of junk traffic. Sometimes it's even bots. So there are certain checks and balances that are in place where you want to, when you sell the website, where you have to prove that you actually have good quality traffic coming to your site, so that provides its value. So you don't want to pretend that your website has gold traffic coming in when it's actually you know, poop traffic coming in. Basically, I'm not going to curse here, but that you get what I'm saying. And the third one, which I would argue is the most important, is how much revenue is the website bringing in every single month? Because ultimately, that's the real thing. Because people that try to buy websites, they want to know that they're buying something that's actually already making money. So they kind of take a turnkey business and they invest into it. People don't just want to buy something where they have to start investing into it. They just spent a whole bunch of money. They want to invest it into something that gives them money back, which they can eventually pay through their investment. So a person that pays hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a website, they're not just spending that you know, for no reason. They want to obviously get an ROI behind that, and it will pay for itself after 2 to 3 years. So that's how they look at it, as a long-term investment. So how much your website makes ultimately determines how much you can flip it for, because again, you take the earnings that it makes every month, multiply that by 2, maybe 3 years, depending on who you talk to, and that is how much you sell it for. Now, there are very popular websites out there, including Empire Flippers. There are also others. I don't remember their names too well, but this is a good example of a place where you can sell a website or flip a domain name. I've showed you these different ones that are available. These are different listings that are there. You can also hire, I believe, brokers to help you sell the website for more. They do take a cut of it, kind of like real estate agents. But that is the basic process of domain flipping explained. I hope that it was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know how this works. Obviously, domain flipping, if you really want to dive into it, it can be very profitable, but it does take work, time, and effort to do that sort of stuff. And if you are interested in learning about it, I would recommend that you first get the fundamental baseline knowledge of how to create an online business, how to create a website, how to get traffic to it, how to make money from that. And that's something that the resource that I will leave a link to below this video will talk about a lot more in great detail, help you get started with it so you can actually start doing these for a very minimal investment and then potentially flip it for a lot of money, you know, down the line. So that's something, of course, I can't guarantee. I don't know how well you'll work on it, but I'm just saying that if you are very interested in learning how to do domain flipping, a good place to start is with the free resource that I will leave a link to below this video. So thanks a lot for checking out this video. Once again, if you have any questions, let me know. And other than that, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.